No one expected Vince Gill to ever say this. At 67, the soft-spoken country legend is finally opening up about what it really felt like stepping into the Eagles after Glenn Frey's death, and what he reveals isn't just emotional, it's quietly terrifying. Because behind the perfect harmonies, the calm smile, and the effortless guitar work, Vince Gill has been carrying a kind of pressure most musicians would never survive. When Glenn Frey passed away in January 2016, it didn't just shake the music world, it shattered the foundation of one of the most iconic bands in American history. Frey wasn't simply a member of the Eagles, he was the Eagles. His voice, his attitude, his presence helped shape classics like Hotel California, Take It Easy, and Lying Eyes. And when he was gone, fans everywhere asked the same question: how could the Eagles ever continue without him? But the band made a decision that surprised almost everyone. Don Henley, Joe Walsh, and Timothy B. Schmidt didn't want a flashy replacement. They didn't want someone trying to imitate Glenn Frey. They wanted someone who respected the music enough to carry it forward without disrespecting the legacy. And that's when they turned to Vince Gill. For Vince, the invitation was both a dream and a nightmare. He had admired the Eagles his entire life, but he knew this wasn't just another gig. This was stepping into sacred ground. He made it clear from the beginning, he wasn't there to replace Glenn Frey. Nobody could. He was there to honor him. And in 2017, when he officially joined the Eagles on stage, he walked straight into one of the most impossible roles in music history. Every harmony had to be perfect. Every guitar lick had to feel familiar. Every word had to carry decades of memory for the fans sitting out there watching him with folded arms and skeptical eyes. Vince later admitted that the early shows felt tense, like the audience was holding its breath, silently judging every note. And the moment that tested him most wasn't Hotel California, it was Take It to the Limit. As soon as he started singing, he could feel it, thousands of people staring, wondering if the Eagles were still the Eagles without Glenn. But then something happened. After the first chorus, Vince said the room shifted. It was subtle, almost invisible, but powerful. The crowd relaxed. It was like they all silently agreed on the same thought: okay, maybe this is going to be all right. And that moment stayed with him, not as a victory, but as a reminder of what he was carrying. Because Vince Gill wasn't just performing songs. He was carrying the grief, the expectations, and the legacy of a band that defined an era. And what makes his story even more surprising is how little he wanted the spotlight. In fact, Vince revealed that Don Henley once suggested he perform one of his own hit songs during an Eagles concert, Whenever You Come Around. Most artists would have jumped at the chance. Vince didn't. He refused. Not because he wasn't proud of his music, but because he didn't want to give the audience one more reason not to be happy that he was standing there. He knew the truth. People weren't paying to hear Vince Gill. They were paying to hear the Eagles. And deep down, he feared even one wrong decision could turn the crowd against him. That's not arrogance. That's pressure. That's survival. In later interviews, Vince admitted something even more honest. He misses his own career. He misses his own songs. He misses being in his own world. And yet, he still walks out on stage night after night, choosing to be part of something bigger than himself. Even Joe Walsh once joked at him mid-performance, shocked at how hard Vince could rock, saying, "I thought you were a bluegrasser." Vince just smiled and answered, "Well, I am, but I can do this too." And that's the real story. Vince Gill isn't chasing glory. He's not trying to rewrite history. He's trying to protect it. He's trying to hold together something fragile that millions of fans refuse to let die. And the shocking truth he's finally revealing is this: joining the Eagles wasn't a dream come true. It was stepping into a storm, with the weight of Glenn Frey's shadow following every note. So what do you think? Did Vince Gill save the Eagles, or was he thrown into an impossible role no one could truly win? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.